Hello, we've got some guests staying with us this weekend. The little black dog is Poppy, this brown dog is Daisy, and of course you know the black and white one, that's Molly. Okay, so these two pups are staying with us over the weekend, so I'm not too sure how this shoot will go, but one thing that will keep them close to hand is food, and I've got some toast, and I'm going to have some, and I'll give some to the dogs, and hopefully that'll keep them in check. Okay, so a piece for you, Daisy, and a piece for Molly. And where's Poppy? Yeah, Poppy, that's yours. That's it. So we've got their attention. Okay, now I'll tell you what this video is about. If you're a follower of my channel, you'll know that... Hey, calm down. If you're a follower of my channel, you'll know that last year I grew some really nice onions. And I managed to harvest about 60 onions from an area 4 foot by 4 foot. And I was really over the moon. I was really chuffed with that result. And so I popped a video up. You may have seen that video, but there was a bit of a sting in the tail, a bit of a downer. I got a couple of comments saying that the variety of onion that I'd just grown wasn't a very good storing onion. It wasn't a keeper. Well, I just harvested 60. What was I going to do with them? Now, the variety I grew was Ailsa Craig. I grew them from seeds. And as I've already said, I had 60 onions to go into store. And that was at the beginning of September. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, hold on, calm down. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut to a clip that I shot in September. And this first short clip shows me harvesting the onions, drying them on a rack for 3 weeks. Then I cut the tops off, and the onions were stored in my garage in recycled mushroom crates. Watch that little clip of video, then come back to me. What we're going to do today is we're going to start and lift these onions, hopefully get them all out and get them on the rack. It's onions we're dealing with today. I honestly cannot believe that I've got all these onions out of that raised bed. In fact, out of half a raised bed. All these onions came from an area 4 foot by 4 foot. I'm going to lay them out on the garden in a minute. It's absolutely unbelievable what I've managed to achieve with these onions in a piece of ground just 4 foot by 4 foot. I'll lay them out, we'll swing the camera around, we'll have a look at them, and then I'll get them on the rack. I can't believe this. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. All those onions came out of an area of raised bed, 4 foot by 4 foot. That was a 99p packet of seeds. Probably half the packet sown. So for less than a great British pound, I've grown all those onions. I'm not too sure how that would translate into Australian or American or Canadian dollars or euros, but they cost less than 1 great British pound to produce. I bought the packet of seeds, I sowed those, planted them on, and just give them some water from time to time. Wow. Hey, come on. Okay, right. We best move on. I'm going to try and get these on the rack now before it starts to get dark. I'm hoping to give these guys a week or two on this rack, maybe longer depending on the weather. Get them dried out as best I can outdoors, and then we'll take them indoors. What I will do tomorrow, I'll come out and I'll tidy these guys up. I'll take all the soil out of the roots. It's always a good start, and I'll take off any loose skins. Okay, so that was September of last year. So we'll move on now. There's a clip that I'm going to show you now from November, by which time the onions have been in store about 3 months. Now it's at this point I'm starting to doubt some of the things I've read, because I've been to sites where the professionals sell seeds, and I've looked at what they've had to say about Ailsa Craig, and quite a few of them said it isn't a very good storage onion. So now I'm 3 months in, and I'm really pleased. But I'm also expecting these onions to start to let me down, because that's what the professionals say, and that's what some of the comments have said, that I'll lose some of these onions. But up to then, I hadn't lost any onions. Okay. This is what's left of the onions I grew this year. These onions have been in store now for about 3 months. Well, as you can see, these Ailsa Craig onions grown from seed seem to be storing quite well. There's a lot less than there were a month ago, so we are eating these onions. And I've got to tell you now that after 3 months, I still haven't lost an onion. So I'm really pleased with these Ailsa Craig. I'll just take this crate off, show you the crate underneath. We'll have a look at how many we've got. We'll have a look at the condition of them, and then who knows, there might be another video in a month's time. That's if we haven't eaten them all, or if we've had to discard them because they haven't stored. But yeah, this is Ailsa Craig at 3 months, stored in a garage in these plastic mushroom crates. Okay, as you can see, some have really skinned up well. They've browned over. The marks you can see in them is their own weight pressing down on the bottom of the mushroom crate. It's putting a pattern in the skin. But that onion's sound. These guys are okay. They're sound. But The ones that you see like this that are a lot lighter in colour, that's because I check these regularly, and if there are any that look as though they might be taking bad ways, I'll take a couple of skins off just to make sure. And if there's any dampness under there, I'll dry them with some paper towel and just keep my eye on them. Now let me move you on to this clip. It's now January and the onions have been in store 3 to 4 months. Okay, 3 to 4 months, all the onions in store. We've eaten most of them by then, or at least we've eaten half of them, and there were 60, and we haven't lost any. And we've had them in store 3 to 4 months. These are 3 of my onions from last year. It's a variety called Ailsa Craig, and these guys were grown from seed. They've been in store now for over 3 months, and in a week's time these guys will have been in store 4 months. So there's the evidence that Ailsa Craig onions will store for 4 months. It's there. I've got more, but I've just brought 3 out to show you today. So they're the Ailsa Craigs. Now let's take another look in February. And in February, the onions had been in store 4 to 5 months since the day they were harvested. Store onions and eat onions. These are the onions that were grown last year, were put into store. We've been eating them. Take a look at these guys. Come on, if you're not impressed, you should be. These onions have been in store in my garage for 4 to 5 months. Look at them. As big as my hand, they're enormous. Ailsa Craig. Now I originally put 60 onions in store in September, and I think these are the last 5. There may be another one on the veg rack, I'm not too sure. So we're down to our last half a dozen onions from 60 that went to store, and I didn't lose a single onion. And these onions have simply been stored in a cold garage in some plastic crates, mainly in the dark, but of course when the garage doors open in the light. But yeah, a dark cold garage, and we managed to keep them in store 4 to 5 months. That's good, isn't it? Well, you dogs have been really well behaved, haven't you? Yes, you are. Come round here. Poppy, come round here, Pop. Good girl. Okay, we're right up to date now. We're now in March, and we started this video off with the first clip showing you me harvesting the onions in September. So we're now on the 6 months mark. Now let me show you this. I'll have a cup of tea first. Hold on, let me show you this. This be quiet. This is my very last onion from 60. Hey, that is a beauty. Come on. The other 59 onions have all been eaten. We never lost a single onion. We never lost a single onion. So what can you take away from this video? What can the conclusion be? Well, this is the conclusion. Ailsa Craig onions will store in crates in a dark, cold, dry place for 6 months. I've done it. I've done it. So whatever you read about Ailsa Craig, about its storage ability, come back at this video. And if anybody's telling you that Ailsa Craig will not store, send them a link to this video. Okay, so this is homegrown veg, try again. So this is Homegrown Veg signing out. Well, that's sitting in the top of that mug. Oh, hey, look at that. This is Homegrown Veg definitely signing out. Come on, here, last piece. Yeah, sweetheart. You've been well behaved, you dogs. You really have. You could now be internet superstars. Same as Molly. There'll be people all over the world want to buy you now, but you're not for sale, are you not? Because you belong to a little boy and girl who love you. Yes, you do. And when they come back off their holidays, you'll be going home to see them, won't you? Yes, you will. We always save the last piece for Molly. She is the star. That's it. All gone. Let's go. Come on, dog. Come on.